Welcome, I'm Dr. Hassan Abdulhaqq, President of HMA Consulting Motivations. In this video, you'll find some of my most recent workshop clips this year. It's my pleasure to share engaging workshop highlights with you.
Is if we're going to give a compliment, make that compliment sincere with an example. If I'm going to say to you, great job, Peter. Okay. I might as well say, great job, good looking out, fantastic, thank you. Without an explanation is fruitless. Great job for what? Thank you for what? I appreciate that. What did I do? Exactly. Extremely important. One of the pet peeves that I have, and I could be here all darn day, is when we have friends and mates, and they say, love you too. What is that? That's parroting back a response, right? When you say, good morning, how's your day? They've already answered, good. I'm not waiting for a response, because it's so systematic. We're not sincere anymore. But great teams, we've mastered some of this stuff. We understand. I'm going to get back to the basics. It's called getting back to the basics. Extremely important. All right? Anything at all. Everything needs to be prioritized. The same way we do it at home and in our personal lives. Things are a little bit more important, and we need to manage the unexpected. We need to manage the unexpected. So what does that mean, manage the unexpected? If you guys have your full day without any gaps of managing unexpected, you're going to have fire drills all day without being able to manage that. Also, here's another takeaway. Please understand that it's important to, when we're doing that, to identify our most energetic part of the day, our most productive part of the day, right? There are some people, do not talk to them because they're not energized until 11 o'clock, 4 or 5 cups of coffee, right? So that's obviously the morning is not your most productive part of the day. There's some people who start getting alive at 3 o'clock, baby, because they're going home, right? But understand the most important productive part of the day should be your most important things that you handle. The toughest things you gotta do, gotta be your most important part of the day, right? Very, very important. Some people get into work extra early. First to get that me time, then to get some of the annoying things out of the way. Things that are pressing out of the way, right? Extremely important. So please understand that as we go through prioritizing and things of that nature. Excellent, go ahead.
So again, am I always the person that can identify the problem, or do I offer some solutions at times? To me, that's extremely critical. It's like when you go to your supervisor, when you go to your spouse or anyone, and you say, here's a problem, you may know the problem, or if you don't know the problem, here's a problem, and I got some ideas. I got a solution, possible solutions. That's called optimal. That's important for us to understand. Okay? So, any questions or concerns or even thoughts on that? Here's a quick question. How many of us, and here, just by a raised hands, have experienced teammates who have just focused on the problem and not too much of the solution? I work with a lot of people who focus on just the problem. Raise your hand. Okay? Look. More than 80% of this group. Okay? More than 80% of this group. But here's the flip side of it. Team 4. Where's Team 4? Raise your hand, Team 4. Wonderful. Team 4. It's okay also to have some ideas or solutions. However, management must be what to the ideas and the solutions? Blank. Team 4 coming out. That's all right. These are all warm-ups. These are warm-ups. Okay. So say it again. What do you mean by open? First name again is?
Gino.
Gino.
Just willing to receive, the input, the idea.
So how can, as a manager, I be open? That sounds good. How can I be open?
Just firstly listening, hearing it out. That's the first part, just hearing it out. For the most part, allowing that idea idea to be expressed.
Excellent. Now,
So assumptions are not good in the communication process, right? So I just want to share that from a lack of communication standpoint. And what's your first name again?
Andrew.
Say it again.
Andrew.
Andrew. Excellent. Keep going, Andrew.
Lack of training.
What do you mean by that?
So in order to do your job accurately, you need to understand the policies, the procedures. You need to have proper training to assist students to be available.
Okay. There we go. Andrew said this. I didn't say it. Andrew said it. So Andrew said, excuse me, lack of training, I'm not getting trained well. So I can't do my job in most cases well because I'm not getting trained well. Who agrees with that? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Don't tell us some things. There are times when people don't tell us some things, right? Well, you can start the conversation as, I was not told this. However, what I will do is this. Let's end it on something positive. End it on you're taking accountability for something. You were not told that, but I'm going to make sure that going forward, I have the information that I need, right? That's all we can do, right? Because how often do we hear, I didn't know this, I didn't know about this, right? It's never going to move forward. Okay, so we all have a task, a job, or a project to do. We got that, right? So understanding that is key. The third bullet I want to jump into, because we talked about the second bullet. We talked about intrinsic and extrinsic, didn't we? Talked about the importance of that as it relates to a team, right? Third bullet, mutual commitment, synergy. We have different departments, but we all one team, in teams. It's really important to understand that if you consistently hear no's, the frustrations happen, right? People don't even want to ask or say certain things anymore. The communication stops. The trust also stops. Demotivated. Now, please understand, what's your first name? Mofia? Like that. Mofia. She said we also get demotivated. But please understand, every answer may not be yes, but we're not saying yes. We're creating a dialogue. We're opening the floor for a dialogue. Extremely important. You're going to say something over here? Okay, excellent. So once again, please understand how we talk and interact with each other. What comes out of our mouths is important. And before I move on past this topic, our nonverbals. Our nonverbals. So our nonverbals, our body language. Some people got a stern face most of the time, but that don't mean they're evil, right? They're just serious people, want to be focusing, right? Other people got a friendly nature about themselves, right? Please understand, if you've always been told from your friends and your coworkers, is everything okay with you, right? That means you got a serious nature about yourself. So try to understand that may be an inhibitor to communication, right? Those of us who frequent DMV all the time, right? You can understand there are certain people in DMV's window that you don't, oh my God, I'm hoping she don't call me. What's the next number? Oh my God. Only because their body language. You don't even know the person, but only because of their body language. So it's really important to understand our nonverbals when we're talking as well. A day, days and days filled with frustrations, days filled that you're unhappy, dejected, and angry. And you can check off a lot of these comments on this side of this chart. We're talking about those folks who have low emotional intelligence, and we're going to talk about that a little bit. That's your own self-assessment. Don't take it now, but just observe it. The other side of this chart, if you feel that you're peace in most cases, right? Take motivated, centered. Those folks are considered to have high emotional intelligence. And again, most cases, because we can't all always be happy, right? We talk about most cases. So this is your own self-assessment. Let's talk about what emotional intelligence is. Okay? You added 2 hours of our day. Good luck and thank you so much.
Thank you in advance for your time. I look forward to working with you.